All right. Welcome in. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not sure how long I'm gonna last today. I do have a little bit of a headache. A lot of that is due to the fact of how late I stayed up last night, which is my fault, I'm aware. But I had to finish the story of Genshin, at least up to the point that we have. And secondly, this morning was weird, like I was woken up early. Earlier than I should have, due to situations with my dad and stuff, and all sorts of shenanigans that, ended up working out, and I could go back to bed. And then I ended up sleeping too much, and then to try to counteract it, I took a nap on the couch in the dark, hoping that would help, and it actually did, surprisingly. But, the headache has slowly been creeping back. So, but I am not too worried as far as, staying up playing too long today, because we're in story content, but not major. We're still in the first arc of this Final Fantasy game, So, we're gonna just keep on going. I'm gonna go ahead and open up to the game here. Oh boy. Excuse me. But, hold on. I need to. I don't know, I feel all weird. Okay. Where are we? Okay, I think we are good enough to. Oh, hello. Where am I located? To get to there, I'll need to go from one of these guys. Oh, that's. Oh yeah, I am in Gridania. Huh. It's from New Gridania. Okay. Where is it from? Old Gridania. Oh, there's so many. Nope. Okay, yeah, it's in there. So I'm getting my bearings here. It's been a hot second since we've played. So getting some bearings. Yes, that's the direction. Oh, and level up. Nice. also. Where is the... Oh, okay. I don't even have access to those. Okay. Fascinating. I don't even have access to those yet. I just figured out how to do things like the flying, unlocking all the flying stuff again. In my other game, because I was in the new areas, I needed to figure out how to unlock all the flying and all the entire maps. Figured that out, but apparently I don't have access to that here yet, which is fine. I'm not here to join a fate. I'm here to do something. I don't even remember right now. I don't even remember. Yep, it's in the... Please leave me be. I'm not long for this world. I look death in the face. 'Tis only a matter of time before he comes for me. Just like he came for that poor woman. Reborn is clearly traumatized. Perhaps if you soothe him, he might remain calm long enough to hold a conversation. Emotes. Soothe. Let's soothe the guy. You're right. It's not as bad as it seems. I saw something terrible, that's true. But that hardly means I'm going to suffer the same fate. Thanks to you, I think I can think straight again. I believe I can even recount what I saw without losing it. It was just another ordinary day. I was headed back to the float when I noticed a suspicious character in the distance, a masked man garbed head to toe in black. He had a hideous fiend in tow, a winged creature that was all eyeball and jagged teeth. Taken by curiosity, I crept near as I dared. To see the corpse of a woman. One glimpse was enough to tell me that she died a gruesome death. In an instant, I knew right away that the masked man was a minion of Thal, come to claim her soul for his realm. What? You're investigating the same masked man? If that's the case, we'll help you in whatever way we can. Aye, anything to ensure that we won't have to suffer Midrod's hysteria ever again. Alright, teamwork. That's what I wanted to. Wait, I haven't been that bad, have I? At any rate, I'm all for helping this adventurer. At least I can do to repay her for comforting me. So here's what I know about the deaths. All the victims were found with their faces torn to shreds. Among the local fauna, only the scalekin, known as the Ziz, could inflict such wounds. That's why some folk are pointing a finger at them. I somehow doubt that the answer is that simple, but for the sake of thoroughness, we should look into it. Why don't you put down, say, 3 of the creatures and see if you can find any proof connecting them to the deaths? Alright. I guess we can go do that. Oh, we should do Chocobo Keep. No, I'm not. That is, I could get it from both angles, but this angle doesn't have a bad one. Stinging gnats. I need to bring out this guy too. There you go. Might as well kill another one since I'm here. This is so ridiculous, is the name of that quest. Ideen, you've already seen to the Ziz. Good work, adventure. So were you able to find aught to suggest the creatures were our culprits? Nothing. Truth be told, even if there were proof, I wouldn't know what it would look like. Anyway, I believe we can safely strike Ziv from our list of suspects, which leaves us with the masked man and his winged eyeball. There's something you should know. I have been keeping this to myself, lest I worsen Medrod's paranoia, but I too have seen the winged eyeball. I cannot say whether it was a coincidence, but my sighting took place precisely the same time as Medrod's. I was heading home after a day of digging where a shadow fell over me. Looking up, I found myself locked in a gaze with a giant eyeball. I let out a scream at the top of my lungs and ran away without once looking back. This happened at the rocky area west of here, in case you had a mind to investigate. There's something else I heard about the deaths. It appears all the victims have been comely maidens. I'd better watch myself, eh? Oh, unseemingly jabs aside, there's a rumor been going around. There's some as whisper that after each victim died, her rancor went into the great big rock southwest of here, causing it to flash and moan. This bears investigating, I reckon. I'm going to give you a fire sand stick to blow off a piece of that crag. The stick doesn't come with a fuse or anything, so you'll have to throw the thing. Once you've torn the rock a new one, bring back some of the fragments. I'll give them a gander. Some key areas, and rather than single targets, first press duty list. Upon selecting the item, pressing X, a glowing radius will appear on the ground that can be moved freely. Okay, pretty self-explanatory. We were kind of bulky. There we go. Same area, okay. Not sure which destination this one is. Not what I'm looking for. I need to find a... I guess I am going... the direction I need to, I guess. There we go. I think I am now. There. That should do. folks are too scared to go within 100 yalms of the Rock of Randkar. Aye, it has a name, but what's a few vengeful spirits to a dauntless adventurer like you, eh? Huh? These are just your garden variety crystals. 'Tis a bit hard to tell beneath all the dirt and grime, but they're definitely lightning aspected. I almost hate to say it, but that explains the flashing and moaning. Nothing to do with the masked stranger. Looks like I've gone and wasted both your time and a perfectly good fire sand stick. Oh well. The monstrous Benmite appeared, and you slew it. That creature had long been a scourge upon the folk of Falgard. Intentional or no, you have done us a great service. You have my gratitude. But this does make me wonder, was it truly a winged eyeball I saw, or merely a trick of light combined with blind panic? Ooh! Big stretch. There have been no promising leads in the murders. I can scarce get a wink of sleep, knowing that the killer is still at large. Judging by your furrowed brows, I take it the sorry business troubles you as much as it does me. I had been pondering my encounter. I was uncertain for a time, but there can be no doubt. It was a winged eyeball that I witnessed. It's implausible that I could have mistaken so distinct a creature for a Banamite. But you and I were malms apart. How could we both have seen it at precisely the same time? What's more, our adventurer friend here had a run-in with the Banite at the very spot you claimed to see the fiendish eyeball. Isn't that right? There must be an explanation. I know I saw an eyeball with wings. I would wager an apple tart on it. Oh, he's serious. But listen, mayhap it may not be as mysterious as we're making it out to be. There's no reason why there couldn't be... Gods, of course, there must be more than one of the buggers. It's so obvious, but that means since there have been repeated sightings of these fiends, there must be even more victims as yet undiscovered. Whoop. I do believe we're out of our depth. We ought to leave the rest to the expert. Yes, we're just civilians after all. Good luck, adventure. It was a pleasure knowing you. Thanks. While I burn to know the truth, some things are best left unknown. Lest you have forgotten, it was at the rocky area to the west that I had my encounter. Should you discover aught of note, you will want to alert the authorities. There is a guardhouse nearby. The serpents there should be pleased for any information that pertains to the security of the region. Well, I guess that's what we're doing. Aw, hi Tinkia! Hi! Welcome in! And thank you for the subby! Thank you! How are you doing? Back down that direction. Oof. That's no fun, I can tell you that much. Well, I hope it gets better soon. wonderful. Alright, I guess I have to go tell the authorities and show the authorities. What the? I forgot about this quest line. Oh my god. Greetings, adventurer. Is there aught I might assist you with? I have this, as corpse for you. Here you go. Gods be good, not again. No matter how many bodies I see, I cannot seem to get used to the horrid sight, poor woman. Identical deaths have been reported in the central shroud, while the masked stranger you seek does not seem to feature in any. Sightings of the winged eyeball are common enough. The creature appears to be moving the bodies, but to what end, none can say. The victims have been young women. All are found with their faces mutilated beyond recognition. It has been difficult to identify them, so as to notify their next of... This button, engraved with a lily motif, the very same object was found upon another victim. A family sigil or of an organization, perhaps. Either way, I dare to hope that this find will prove pivotal in solving the murders. I don't remember how this one ended, I'll be honest. My speed has increased, that's good. I would have you hold on to the lily button. You will need it to continue your investigation. While it isn't standard procedure to entrust key evidence to individuals, you have proven yourself reliable and resourceful in this matter. I see no reason why you shouldn't carry on your work. If I might make a suggestion, you may wish to take the button to Gridania and have it examined by Mione. Perhaps someone in her vast network of contacts can shed light upon its sigil. I guess we're heading back to Gridania. Gridania. Good evening to you, Ellie. By your grim expression, I suspect you aren't here for scones and herb tea. Nope. Have a button. Well, isn't this a lovely little button? The engraving is quite exquisite. Artisan level quality, I would say. Where did you say you found this? On a dead body? Lovely. Anyway, I'm afraid I do not recognize the lily sigil. You will have to find the answer the old-fashioned way, by asking around. You could do worse than beginning with Bernadette, over by the Aethersite Plaza. She has a sharp pair of eyes, that one. Alright. Back off to the Aethersite Plaza. There we go. Bernadette, we need to ask you some questions. Can I ask you a question? I need help tracking down the owner of a... Need help tracking the owner of a button? That's certainly not a request I receive on a regular basis. Well, go on then, show me what you have. Seems to be some manner of decorative button, reminiscent of those worn by families of old. Though I cannot claim to know its sigil, however, I can say with certainty that the white lily is a reoccurring theme in Gridanian culture. Alas, I do not know who would make a personal sigil of it. If there is a soul in Gridania who does, it would be Serengoled at the Lancers Guild. The woman makes a point of knowing all the citizens on a forename basis. Alright. Lancers Guild. Off to the Lancers Guild. Bernadette believes that I can help you. Well, this is a rather bold assumption to make. I will try to assist, never you fear, but whether aught comes of it is another matter. Now then, what do you require of me? Fascinating. Work of this quality is rarely seen in the hands of ordinary Gridanians. The owner of this button is most certainly well-to-do. You may wish to make your search to the Gentry's Ward, northwest of here. Wait, a memory comes to me. Of late, there has been a man who is perpetually seated on the bench by the ward's entrance. His name is Ursildel, and I distinctly recall seeing a markedly similar button upon the breast of his jacket. I dare say he can tell you a thing or two about it. Nice. Off I go. I do not believe we are acquainted. Pray, leave me to my thoughts. The sigil of the D'Artancourt's family. How is it you came to be in the possession of this button? From the body of a murdered woman. Her face... was it marred in any way? I feared as much. I can no longer feign ignorance. I shall reveal to you the truth of the deaths. But on one condition. You promise to put an end to my lady's madness and free her from her torment. I was once a manservant in the employ of one of the oldest and proudest families in Gridania, the D'Artancourts. During that time, I had the honor of waiting upon Lady Amandine, mistress of the household. Fair as summoner was she, and possessed of heart befitting her radiance. Alas, the calamity wrought a great change in her. Though my lady escaped with her life, death may well have been a kinder fate. Never will I forget the day her bandages were removed, and she beheld her disfigured face for the first time. At that moment, the kindly woman I knew ceased to be. Unable to bear the thought of being seen, my lady sequestered herself within her chambers and refused all company. This continued for many uneasy moons, until one day, without warning, she began receiving queer guests. None among us knew whence they came. These masked men, but my lady believed they would help her to regain which she had lost. So began the rites of rejuvenation. These rituals seemed innocent enough in the beginning, but grew ever more grotesque as time went by. Eventually, there came a day when my lady bound one of her handmaidens to her bed and proceeded to mutilate the poor girl's face. Suffice it to say, she did not survive the ordeal. It fell to me to dispose of her body. I performed the dreadful task as bade, obedient servant that I was. But when the time came to return to the house, my legs refused to move. I knew then that I could not go back to that place, not after the nightmare I had witnessed. So it was that I left Hawk Manor, my home for nigh on half a century. Long did I weep for the girl who was slain, and longer still for the woman that Lady Amandine had been. Yet one cannot weep forever, and I endeavored to put the matter behind me. Indeed, I had resolved never to speak of my experience until you appeared before me. My lady's madness must be ended, lest more innocent lives be lost. Lay her tormented soul to rest, as you swore to me you would. She awaits you at Hawk Manor, and the western edge of the central shroud. Go now, and go do what must be done. Oh yeah, I remember this. Just gonna go transport myself there. easier than just trying to figure out the entrance or exit. Okay. I don't plan on joining the fate. This is gonna be a dungeon. Yep. It is a dungeon, a regular duty. We do it with a party of NPCs. Mainly because I don't want to try to figure out playing with, because it would take a while, because I'm DPS. When I'm DPS, it's really hard to find a group. Sealed barrier. This dungeon is not my favorite dungeon. That laugh was unnerving as heck. I'm gonna have to go and unlock this door as well. That's what I got the tiny key earlier for. That is very unnerving, I'm not going to lie. Did take care of that so nicely. Super awesome. Should I help? Probably. There we go, tiny key. Now it's okay. good for the class I'm playing. It's fine. I've got the green key. Very confused right now. Okay. That is the direction I needed to go. Okay. Okay. Cool. Oh no. Carnation door I do not have a key for. there something over here that I missed? Friggin' gross little mouse. Okay. That is the carnation door. I do not have the key for that one. All I have is the small keys. Okay. I thought I saw another entrance in somewhere, but I guess I did not. That's okay. There we are. There's always a reason to open these. None of those are going to work for me right now. Left for a sec. That from in there. Okay. Oh, hold on. Treasure copper. Item comparison? Yeah, no. We're gonna... You still have a tiny key. So, you know. I'm looking for defeat the lady. Do I need to... Maybe if I'll find a way. She's no longer human. That's for sure. Back over this way? I feel like there's something. I don't know if it's worth, but I have one last tiny key, so I might as well. For this class. Oh. Really no reason to come this way, but I did. Nothing else to get the completed the map. Defeat the big bad boss. Darkness has taken root within these halls, sprung from the most unlikely of seeds. One cannot help but admire the irrepressible spirit that quickened it to life. It is a pleasure to meet you at last, adventurer. You are every bit as intriguing as our master gave us to believe. It is no ordinary mortal who can acquire one crystal of light, much less 3. The crystals make you strong, and it is to that strength that the light is drawn. Heidelin chose well. I pity that your existence is inconciliable with our own. We cannot well allow you to continue upon your present course. Alas, we came here not to play, but to take the measure of your strength for Master La Habrea. The task now accomplished, we take our leave of you. Fare you well, bringer of light. Strong woman. Go back to Gridania. Gotta find a way to get rid of those gnats. Might just get rid of the plant. That's the closest one, so let's go. Nope, wrong direction. Lordy, bugging me. I'm going to have to do something. Those stinking plants. You have returned. What sights awaited you within the manor? What has become of Lady Amandine? You must tell me all. So she went so far as to consort with devils. Would that I could have done more to prevent her fall. May she finally find peace in the beyond. I know not whether the masked men you encountered are the same pair that first led my lady astray, but it is plain that they are of the same vile brood. Should the chance ever present itself, promise me that you will visit upon them tenfold the woe they have brought upon others. But who am I to speak of punishment? By thine silence, I know not how many innocent young women to die in unspeakable circumstances. It matters not wherefore, through misplaced loyalty, cowardice, or both. I am an abettor to a gross crime. I will surrender myself to the authorities and accept whatever punishment they deem just. I only pray that the gods will have mercy on my soul. Probably also invented and chest. Got quite a few of these. I no longer need. Confused why that. Question is, why is there some things in here? Why do I have so many of these things? Okay. Yeah, that's where I needed to be as well. That's where because we need to talk to Minfilia. Okay. Stinky little nuts. Welcome back, Ellie. Full glad I am to see you safely return. Tell me, fared you on your sojourn in the Twelves Wood? Two of La Habrea's minions, and they sought to measure your strength by their own admission. The devils taunt us, it is beyond doubt. Then the Ascians have begun to move in earnest. Would that we know to what end. Yet I am not bemoaned to your plight. Thanks to your tireless effort, we are at least aware of the encroaching darkness. Alas, we can only do so much. It is clear to me now that the Scions are too few to protect the realm against the threat unaided. We must needs alert the three nations to the presence of this elusive enemy, and recommend that they heighten their vigil. There is no shortage of misery in the world that the Ascians might exploit. We have an arduous task ahead of us. Yet come what may, we must not allow ourselves to become lost to hope, for that is precisely what the enemy desires. We have gleaned all that we can from the information available to us. Let us set the investigation aside for the present. Another matter has arisen that requires your attention. Let me know when you are ready to be briefed, and I will summon the others. question. Weird, that was odd, but okay. Let's see here. Check and see what weapon I have now. 30th. Yeah, that means the other one is not gonna be much good, I guess, for now.
The Maelstrom requests our assistance.
Concerning the kobolds they sent such copious notes on, I presume.
Hi, Amelia! Welcome in! Welcome in.
Yes. And no. It has more to do with their findings, which portend a peril far greater than any beast tribe.
What sort of peril?
The worst kind. A tribe of kobolds in the vicinity of Limsa Lominsa has reawakened Titan.
Oh, it's the Titan storyline.
Our task will be to slay the Primal. The Maelstrom have sworn support for the endeavor.
Oh, I forgot this. You got me there.
They are no strangers to the havoc kobolds can wreak.
Years before the Grand Company's reformation, two primals, Leviathan and Titan, chanced to converge upon the sea wall, wreaking untold devastation. There, by the grace of the Navigator, were the mercenaries Merlvip hired able to fend them off. Yet it did not take long for the beast tribes to regroup, and they summoned their primals once more.
Thankfully, their second coming was decidedly short-lived, but that is beside the point. So long as tormented souls will them to exist, the realm will never be rid of primals.
The Maelstrom has kept a watchful eye upon the beast tribes, and the kobolds in particular, ever since. Which brings us to the matter at hand.
Unlike Ifrit, we know scarcely anything of Titan. Unfortunately, the only force known to have bested him, the modestly named Company of Heroes, disbanded 5 years since, and mercenaries are not in the habit of keeping chronicles.
Expect the worst. The Maelstrom's help is of course appreciated, but even if we had their whole armada at our disposal, we could still find ourselves overmatched. A pity the kobolds lack the gentle sensibilities of the sylphs. A peaceful resolution would be more than welcome. The echo will not avail you this time, I fear. If you are to survive, your steel must needs speak for you. No one would think you a coward were you to decline.
Why would I decline? It's a fight, man.
So you will accept?
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't I?
Thank you.
We can't very well send her to Limsa Lominsa without Y'shtola. Can we, Minfilia?
May I ask that of you, Y'shtola?
Right? This was the outfit that I'm wearing is actually the glamour. It's a glamour piece, but because it's covering the actual armor I'm wearing, which is really cool. I like how Final Fantasy does that. At least the 14. Because otherwise I would look like a total wreck. But this was actually a glamour set that I had gotten in the Halloween event probably a couple months ago. It was super easy to get, so I was like, you know what? I'll just grab it for this one as well, and it works really well.
I never thought it in question.
Ever reliable. Very well. We will spare no effort to win victory.
I will say, the voice acting is a little mid in this first arc, but after this, The Realm Reborn, the voice acting gets a hell of a lot better. Just letting you know.
You may count on the full support of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and all not afield will aid the fight from afar. Thancred, Ida, go to the Grand Companies, tell them of our plight and solicit their support. Urianger, send word to the students of Baldessian, and Alfino if you would. Papalimo, compile all the information we have on Titan, little though it may be.
It was interesting.
You'll be apprised of the tactical situation when you reach the sailor's ward.
I was struggling with kind of a headache off and on all day today, and a lot of it was because I stayed up way too late last night finishing the story that was out in Genshin, and then I was woken up pretty early this morning, and then I was able to go back to bed, but my body did not appreciate, and so I was struggling kind of with the headache all day, but it seems to be okay now, but I can tell it's still kind of on the edge, but otherwise it was good. I didn't have to go anywhere today. So that was always good. Yeah, I didn't have to leave my apartment complex at all today. How about your day? How about you? How about you? How was your day? Or night? Or how is it so far? I don't know. How are you so far?
Provision yourself for the journey. May you walk in the light of the crystal.
Where do I need to head? Oh, in Zawi. Aw, that's awesome! If you don't mind me asking, which American sweets did she get? They just told me be gone. Hail, adventurer, and welcome to the Maelstrom Command. If you wish to know more about enlisting, speak with the personnel officer, unless you are the guest we were told to expect. Aha! Forgive me, madam. To business, then. It is as we told the antecedent. The kobolds have once again summoned Titan. A little over a moon ago, we began to observe the beastmen moving south in increasing numbers from Gomoro. Our scouts subsequently confirmed the object of their aggression. Crystals. Fodder for their fell primal. Thank you, High Commander. You may leave the rest to me. Word is spread of your accomplishments, Ellie. On behalf of both Limsa Lumensa, I thank you for heeding our call. Forgive the lack of forewarning, High Commander. The Admiral wished to express Ellie personally. We are no strangers to conflict. Long have the Sahagin and the kobolds plagued our people, nor this is the first time we have to address a primal threat. In the past, when Titan rose to threaten the peace, it was the company of the heroes we turned. Huh. I know, I'm very familiar with most of those, but the Wonka Hat Magic Gummies, I have never seen those. I'm wondering what? Like, I live technically in the middle of nowhere, but like I still have that. I'm wondering where those ones originated from, specifically in the U.S. Where I could get those. It could be, yeah, that would be my guess. And I know like Wonka candy has existed before, but those ones I'm not as familiar with. But yeah, it would make sense with the new film, or the recent film. It's fascinating that my area never got them, but there are several things we don't get, so. Yeah, no, I remember the Wonka bars. I don't think I ever got one. Because my family, growing up, my parents were broke. So I didn't get a lot of that kind of stuff necessarily, but I did know, and I do know their existence. I'm not sure if they were also in the area. My area tends to be late to the game in a lot of things. Or just, it never gets it. It's just funny because the Walmart we have is what is considered a test Walmart, which means the Walmart gets some random stuff that we may never see again, but everything else. Fascinating. I'm going to have to look those ones up because I like a good gummy candy. I prefer gummy candies over chocolate most of the time. Most of the time. I don't want to skip the cutscene. Though there is a local chocolate place that is like my favorite. So I grew up with that chocolate being in the area. And I even worked at the factory for a hot second. But I did not stick around long. It was a lot of work. Factory floor work is not easy. And my poor mental health, and then I got... Yeah. It was like... yeah, I worked there in 2020, actually. So it really wasn't that long ago. But I prefer gummy candies, so I'm gonna have to look at those and see if I can get how close I can get them in my area. Because now I want some. Now I want candy. Maybe I should go get one of my candy canes off of my tree. So it is that we now turn to the science of the Seventh Dawn, confident in the belief that you are Limsa's best hope. I know you are right, yet the situation is far from simple. The kobolds are not prone to unprovoked aggression. Did not the theocracy make a pact with the beastmen that each would keep to their own lands, and that no blood would be shed? And was it not the Lumensans who violated this agreement, dissatisfied with their lot? Shall we then condemn the beastmen for defending their homes? Even a pirate must one day reap what she has sown. I would advise you choose your words with greater care, Lady Y'shtola. Stand down, High Commander. She has the right of it. and the wrong is mine. Freely do I claim it. Yet it makes little difference. Remorse will not shield us from Titan's wrath. Or would you have us fall upon our swords? My apologies, Admiral. The safety and security of Limsa Lominsa's citizenry are, of course, of paramount concern. There's no code red because the UK, we only have a slightly... I know for a lot of reasons, and this could be one of the very varied reasons why you have a variation on the flavor, happens to be of all the things that Americans put in our food and drink that is not supposed to be eaten or drinking. And from my understanding, the UK has a more stringent, and most of Europe as well, has a more stringent code for different foods and things that go in foods. This is why your McDonald's and my McDonald's have very, very different recipes for, like, say, the fries and things. Like, yours has all natural ingredients versus ours is pretty much chemicals. So, this is why there's also, from my knowledge too, if, like, laundry soaps and things, like Tide specifically is the one I can think of off the top of my head, is there's just so many chemicals in American cleaners and laundry detergents that a lot of places outside of the US will not bring it in, and it's actually not allowed in their countries to varying degrees, or it's like very hard to bring in, or you have to get like special like different for shipping in for different purposes and stuff. But that's as the different ingredients in the different variations of like food and drink and different cleaners and stuff. America likes to let a lot of things slide and put a lot of things in our stuff, and yeah, just one of the many joys of being an American citizen. But I'm sorry you couldn't get it. Already we have observed disruptions in the flow of ether. Further inland, the effects will be felt here in the city ere long. Yeah. A lot of it comes down to as far as cheapness. America likes to squeak by, cut corners. Basically, they want to make a profit over the health of their citizens in like the big companies and stuff. So in a lot of ways, that makes a lot of sense that the chocolate and the things that they would bring in from other areas would definitely have different recipes as well. That actually tracks, unfortunately, and it's just... And it kind of sucks. Because, like, I hear specifically, because I know for a fact that the UK has a different recipe for, like, McDonald's as well. And it's, like, 100% more natural ingredients than ours. And I would love to see how different the flavor is. And I would imagine that they would taste a lot better. So it doesn't shock me that Cadbury's also has a different recipe. It's just one of the long list of things. And I'm not even aware of most of it. I'm only aware of a handful of things, but I do know for the majority, I feel like pretty much everything's different. I'm not sure which country Tide's not allowed in, or has like heavily like you can't get it at all, and like you can't even bring it in at all, and yeah, I'm not sure. I want to say Germany, but I'm not 100% sure on that one. But yeah, that unfortunately doesn't shock me. I ask much of you, I know, but the need is great. Can I count on your help, Ellie? You have my thanks. Along with the full support of the Maelstrom, I await good tidings. That the Kobolds summoned that Titan demonstrates that the kobolds, words are hard apparently, that the kobolds should summon Titan demonstrates they are no longer amenable to negotiation. This being the case, we must needs prepare for conflict before we meet Titan on the field. However, it would be wise to learn all we can of our foe, and I can think of no better source of information than the mercenaries who defeated him once before. I have not watched Food Wars. I typically try to avoid things that have US based foods in it because I already know enough and I'm scared of knowing more. But that would actually be very interesting, but I've actually also just never heard of Food Wars. And yeah, that would be very interesting. Yeah, I have not watched Food Wars. I didn't even know it existed. But that sounds really interesting, yeah. The Company of Heroes may be no more, but several of its former members still live. It is said that one of them is employed at the Grey Fleet Mills in Lower Lenosha. I don't know if you should be 100% sad because, like, a lot of the more exclusive stuff we have over here, it's exclusive for a reason. No other country wants it. Nobody else wants it. And that's because of the ingredients a lot of these companies put together, chemicals and ingredients and stuff. They're not... there's another thing that I heard recently that coffee beans... There are shipments of coffee beans and boats of coffee beans that several countries will deny due to the mold content in the beans. But America's like, yeah, we'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take it off your hands. So, like, I understand being sad because it looks really cool and, like, I'm not gonna lie, it is tasty, but it's not the best for you. It really isn't. And it's really sad to say that, being this is my own country. No, I didn't want to skip the cutscene. Quite. Why a mercenary should choose to become a miller, I do not know. When you find him, mayhap you could ask him for me. I, meanwhile, shall seek his fellows. I need to take that. Where is that? We'll take that. Oh, I don't think KFC does potato wedges anymore. To be fair, we no longer have in the town I live in. We no longer have the closest KFC is an hour away. It is very possible that there are KFCs that still have it, but I haven't been to KFC in a long time either. Yeah, the closest KFC is an hour away and driving. And I actually prefer Church's chicken over a KFC anyway. And like growing up, when I was like 6 years old, I had kidney surgery, and the only thing I like to eat was mashed potatoes, and mashed potatoes are still my favorite food. So I didn't ever recall them having potato wedges. I remember grocery stores growing up having potato wedges. And it's possible KFC might still have potato wedges. I just haven't been to a KFC in a long time. And two, those were not the thing that I would purchase at a KFC if I was going to eat at a KFC. But actually, let's look this up. Because I don't want to give you bad information. I like a good... Oh yeah, nope, they discontinued them. Okay. The question is, why did KFC discontinue potato wedges? And here's an excerpt of whatever this was. KFC evolves its menu based on what resonates with consumers. A spokesperson for the chain told the U.S. Sun, "While we know our potato wedges hold a special place in hearts of some KFC fans, we wanted to make room for something even tastier on the permanent menu." Why would they get rid of potato wedges? I bet you whatever they replaced it with is not any good. Full stop. Full stop. Yeah, but it's not that we don't have potato wedges in the country. Most grocery stores, like Kroger chains, I think even Walmart's will have potato wedges that you can get. So, potato wedges are still a thing at some places, just not KFC. But yeah, there was a KFC growing up in my town, but then it died, and for good reason, and not good reason. It was an interesting stuff, but the closest is an hour away. To be fair, there are better restaurants in the town an hour away, but it's an hour away. Ain't nobody got time for that. I'm a homebody. I don't like leaving my apartment. I may not be fond of most of the food I have in my area, and I would rather eat what was an hour and away, but I also don't want to leave my apartment. And DoorDash doesn't go to the town an hour away for me. But yeah, unfortunately they discontinued those. I'm sorry. Yeah, we've got in my town, as far as fast food, I've got Wendy's, Sonic, McDonald's, Burger King. We do have a Domino's, we do have a Pizza Hut, but unfortunately, tomato sauce and I don't always agree. And then we've got a lot of local restaurants. Only half of them are actually any good, and the other half are far too expensive. Like, the good ones are too expensive. The other ones are too expensive and they're not good. We do have a Jimmy John's. We do have some Subways. But I'm so tired of all of those. And they're putting in another McDonald's. I'm like, no. We need something new, guys. Can we get a new restaurant in here? Like a new... I don't care if it's a new chain restaurant or whatever, but give me a new restaurant. Please. I am sick and tired of the food in my area. Sick and tired. And there's no good Mexican food here. Like, come on. I know we can do better. I'm just so burned out of McDonald's, and like, they don't even have a good value meal, like a value menu anymore. And like, my other thing too is like, I'm not fond of smash burgers, so those are those like really thin burgers. McDonald's used to have at least a half decent sized patty, and now they're like smash burgers that they've taken a stencil to make it round with, you know? Like, there's barely any meat, if there's meat at all. Like, come on, like, I'm just sick of McDonald's. I'm so sick of McDonald's. Oh, hi, Chocobo Keep. Like, in the town that's an hour away, there is more variety. Like, we've got Five Guys, we got Whataburger, we've got... There's even a Fuddruckers out there. Like, they've got some better Mexican food out there. They've got churches, they've got... They got a Del Taco, which I'm not fond of Del Taco, but at least it's something, right? That's different. Like, they've got an A&W as well. There's not very many of those left. But, like, they've got things. And I'm like, excuse me. Excuse me, why are we putting in another McDonald's? The town that is an hour and a half away is bigger than we are. And from my understanding, they only have one McDonald's. Why are we getting another McDonald's? Screw McDonald's. They might actually have more McDonald's over there than I'm aware of. I've only ever seen one McDonald's there. But, like, I need something different. And the best fried chicken in the area comes from the darn grocery stores. Right? Like, they used to have really cool, like, our McDonald's used to have a ball pit. Like, they got rid of the ball pit very early on in my childhood, but, like, it had a ball pit. It was full of color. We had the Hamburglar, we had Ronald McDonald, we had Grimace. Like, we had a full range of characters. And now they look like these, like, hospital food courts. No play area. No place to be comfortable and sit and hang out. Like, you want to get your food and leave. Ah! I could rant about it too. I could definitely rant about it. And the only reason they brought Grimace back was because, you know, to make him into a smoothie and murder him. Murdered him. They murdered Grimace in his birthday smoothie. Okay. I could definitely go on a rant about McDonald's. I could go on a rant on about most fast foods in some way or another. And, like, and I may not be the biggest fan of Starbucks. I did work at a Starbucks for a year, but to be fair, there is no good coffee or coffee shops or tea places in my area. Nobody's like, there's a couple of places that have a couple of good little things. There's one like right around the corner that is actually okay, but like for the most part, like it's never consistent. It never tastes the same. And then there's a local coffee chain specifically that is just, I boycott heavily due to the fact of a lot of his policies and the way he treats his workers and the things that he believes. I'm like, no. You and I, no. So, like, I may not be the biggest fan of Starbucks either, but at least their drinks and their food is consistent. You know? Like, and they've got some cute cups. Like, I don't like Starbucks in this, like, heavily. But unfortunately, because there's really no other good options in my area, that's kind of where I end up, or I have to make it at home. Like, I love a good cup of tea with a little bit of honey and some frothy oat milk is like the best way to have it. But like, nobody makes a good tea. Nobody makes a good coffee. It's like, what's the point of living in my area if there's no good food and tea? Okay. But I'm kind of stuck. So there's that. Lay down your burden, son. Come trade a print on me. We'll have a grand old time. Find ye a lass or three. You gonna say something, venture, or just keep staring? You want to know about the company of heroes? Hells. Prince of bleedin' fame. Can't a miller mill in peace no more? Still, seeing as you've come all this way, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to oblige ye. Consider yourself lucky, lass. Old Trackatome was the company's best axeman. Now, what was it ye wanted to know? Sweets I would recommend? Like as far as like candy, or I'm or like at a specific restaurant chain specifically, or I don't like candy. Okay. I always recommend Snickers. I love Snickers. I can no longer eat Snickers. I do not recommend the limited edition pecan ones though, because they just don't taste the same. And they don't advertise it as a salted pecan, but it is a salted pecan. But it's a chocolate peanut caramel that is really yummy. If you happen to have, and this is kind of, I know that there are places all over the world right now. I know they're all over the world, but they're mostly around the U.S., but there are a few places outside of the U.S. Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory is actually really good. Their pecan bears are just to die for. Their cashew bears are pretty good too. But I'm not sure if you have any specifically. I want to say that there are a few of those in the UK. But honestly, anything coming out of Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory is usually a pretty good bet. Let's see. Skittles are always nice, but again, those are very sugary, a lot of dyes. I can't eat a whole lot of Skittles in one time. Gummy bears are always a good choice too. I do like a good gummy bear. Let's see. I love peach. I like gummy candies, so peach rings are really nice as well. You don't really need a specific brand for the peach rings specifically. I don't have a specific brand. Most peach rings are pretty good. I haven't had a bad peach ring. Gummy bears, I like the Harbro specifically brand. Every other brand is kind of funky for me. Let's see. I can't think of anything else off the top of my head right now. The problem is I'm craving the candy I can't eat right now between the Reese's Cups and the Snickers, because my peanut allergy developed as an adult, not as a child. And so I got to eat that stuff as a child, and I'm now craving it so heavily these days, it's not funny. Candy. What other candies do I really like? Nerds are always good. I do like a good nerd. It was bound to happen. It is a family, in my family. The gene runs in my family. The fact that I was able to eat peanut butter for so long has been great. But unfortunately I can no longer eat it. It sucks, but it is what it is. And it's a minor allergy, so it's not like if I eat it, it's not going to kill me or anything. It's not going to cause a super big reaction. So sometimes I do sneak it, but I've also recently found a almond. I have a minor almond allergy as well. Cashews were still good. We're still good with the cashews. Cashews are great. Actually, cashew butter is a really good substitute for peanut butter. I just haven't found a good cashew butter, like peanut butter cup. They don't make it with cashew butter, unfortunately. That's a travesty. That is a travesty. The ones that I have found just don't taste the same. Yeah, my favorite chocolate growing up had peanuts in it. Butterfingers, Reese's peanut butter cups, Reese's Pieces, Snicker bars. Snickers are my favorite, like, all time. But yeah, no, my niece and one of my nieces and my nephew are highly allergic to peanuts. So it was definitely something that was bound to happen. A lot of my food allergies specifically only happened later in my life, which is interesting. Either they're happening later or they were so minor and I just ignored them as a kid. Granted, as a child, I was constantly on allergy medicine due to my allergies of the world outside. Like, I was constantly on Zyrtec because that was really the only one I can take without it messing with me too much. But I was allergic to everything outside. Cats, dogs, air, pollen. So I was constantly on allergy medicine. So it could be that I was allergic to things like that. They didn't bother me because I was so on allergy medicine anyway. And they were so minor. So that is what it is. It's not that bad. Like, it feels bad. It feels awful, and I miss things. But I need to be a good person and avoid things I'm allergic to for my health, and so it is what it is. Let's go ahead and accept that. So you want to hear the tale of how the company of heroes bested a primal, do ye? Let me guess. You mean that bastard Titus? Oh, if only if you'd been there to see it. 'Twas a mighty struggle like the legends of old. Me and the boys fought him for 3 days and nights we did. The ground trembled with every step Titus took. And when he hit ya, girl, it felt like a cannonball in the gut. Arg, just like that. Oi, what's that look for? I'm a goddamn hero, I'll have you know. The people around here sing me praises. Don't tell me you only care about learning the secret tactics we use to beat old Titus. There's little tidy whiteys over there. Well, too bad, because now I'm not feeling charitable. If you're so damn desperate, then why don't you do me a favor and kill those rats that made a nest in an old windmill south of here? Aye, do that, then we'll talk. You are exaggerating. The Lucky Charms are pretty good. My favorite cereal though happens to be Captain Crunch. I like Captain Crunch better than that. And yeah, that seems like a pretty steep price. Typically though, if I'm buying cereal, I'm buying the generic stuff, like. Oh, I'm gonna be buying the generic. It's a lot cheaper for more there, and it's basically the same stuff. So the beasties are dead, are they? Nice work, Venture. Saved me the hassle of... never mind. But I don't blame you for not wanting to spend that much on cereal. What? You're asking about how we beat Titus? I don't know, Venture. It was a pretty risky strategy. The kind only a veteran of 10 score battles could rely upon. I want to teach ye, I truly do, but unless ye prove ye have what it takes to face the fat bastard, I can't in good conscience tell you the damn thing. At the very least, you need to be capable of slaying, say, a gooblu. Come to think of it, that ain't a bad idea. Them creatures have a taste for the flour milled here, so you ought to have no trouble finding one in the vicinity. Of course, I ain't asking you to cut one down quick as a skilled axeman like myself. Any road, why don't you try heading due west and stand in lookout, in case a good boo comes calling. Slay it, and I might consider telling you more about the Titus. Well, I have no idea if those are any good. Like, I'm not sure what kind of sweets they put into them. But that could be. I always like a good mystery box though. So I don't. The only thing is, they put something in the candy, in the food here, that makes us pretty addicted sometimes. I'm pretty confident that they do. But those are always fun, I'm not gonna lie. Mystery boxes of snacks from other places are always fun. Huh. I will have to look those up. Because I'm not super big on cake as a whole, but like something like... I'm always willing to give a good sugary treat a try. Not gonna lie. You again? Then that godboo that was harassing the Millers is dead? Didn't think you had it in you, Venturer. Still, you took forever and a day to get the job done. You mother... I'm still not sure if I should tell you our secrets. I don't believe you... So, as I was saying, I still don't know if you've got what it takes to face Titus. Maybe if you slew, Tactrum, are you here drinking again? If you are, that goat blue had better be dead. Oh, it's dead, Chief. Yeah, me word on that. Cleave the beast's skull in two with me trusty axe I did. Is that a fact? And what will your friend here say if I ask her? She'll vouch for me, of course. Ain't that right, friend? Tell me true. Was it Tactum who slew the glowed blue, or was it you? Chief, what are you saying? It's me, Tactum, the finest axeman ever to serve in the company of heroes. The legendary mercenaries who slew that bastard, Titus. Titus? Titus? Who in the seven hells is Titus? Some primal you fought in the drink-sodden drain. The company of heroes slew Titan, you bloody half-wit. Aye, well, see, Titus is what me and the lads used to call him. That's the biggest load of Sahagin shite I've ever heard. Both of you outside will learn the truth the Lominson way. Tactrim, if you didn't slay the Goat Blue, you may consider your contract revoked. You shouldn't have strung me along, sir. You shouldn't have strung me along. Shouldn't have strung me along. Okay, alright. You knew the rules. First one to smash their boulder will be judged. What do you think about time? Who picked these boulders? They're nothing alike. Oh, the hell's with it? Ooh, lordy, that was stressful. Alright, I admit it. I lied about being in the company of heroes, but I'm begging you, Chief, don't dismiss me. I've learned me lesson. Honest, I have. Save your blubbering, Tactrim. Gods, I should have known. Mercy, please. I didn't want to deceive ye, I swear. It's just that I kept getting turned away by all the folk asking for work, and I panicked. See, the last job I had was at Costa del Sol, and there was this grizzled marauder everyone treated like royalty. When I heard that he was the captain of the company of heroes, I finally understood why. I wasn't being serious when I said I was one of them, but you went and believed me, look, his name was Wisecate, alright? Wisecate. He'll tell you how to defeat Titus, or whatever the hell the thing's name is. That's what you wanted, ain't it? Come on then, tell the chief to forgive me. It's only fair. That's up to the chief, man. That's not up for me to decide. It's not up for me to decide, man. Pardon, you wish to slay the Lord of Crags? We must slay him, Captain. The people of Limsa are depending upon us. You fancy yourselves heroes then, just like in the tales? Be not so quick to judge. Long have I labored for the well-being of you and yours, and your associate here has bathed in Ifrit's hellfire and lived. She is blessed with the power that protects her from primal influence. Thus was she able to lay low the Lord of the Inferno. We know full well the risks, and have taken every possible precaution. We lack only the knowledge of how to enter Titan's lair. Pray be so good to grant us the boon of your wisdom, and we shall be on our way. A woman who can't be tempered. Useful, but it will not be enough. It is true that the company of heroes fought and felled primals, but each victory was bought with the lifeblood of brave men and women. The Titan was the worst we faced. Aye, we defeated him in the end, but he took from us some of our very best. Even if you possess the power you claim, I have no reason to believe you will succeed. Believe what you will, we mean to try. Though our lives be forfeit, we will not abandon Limsa to the wrath of Titan. You are passionate, I will grant you that. And you deserve better than the greeting I gave you, but I will not send you into Olgamoro on a whim. To be plain, I do not wish to see you give your lives in vain. At the very least, I must have the assurance that you are more than common adventurers. I oversee security for Master Jeje Ruju's estates. Perhaps you can demonstrate your abilities by attending to one of our... Oh, gods, man, have you heard nothing I have said? We have not the time to perform trivial tasks. The enemy is at the gates. Do you imagine words can sway me, girl? If you dislike my conditions, then you are welcome to find your own way into Okamoro. Though it pains me to admit it, I fear we have no choice but acquiesce the man's demands. Yet much remains to be done if we are to best the Titan. Forgive me, but I must ask you to undertake this task alone. I will use the time to see to the remaining preparations. Leaving the dirty work to others, are we? Very well. Pray, do whatever the good captain bids, however trifling. Remember, the fate of Limsa Lominsa hangs in the balance. Thanks, Yastola. You angered the man to start with. And now I gotta deal with that. Master Jeje Ruju, requests can be more demanding than you realize. Before I send you to your true task, I would like to verify that this won't be a waste of time. A Nyx has recently been seen prowling the beach in the east. As you can imagine, my master does not want large slimy creatures anywhere near his lands. The beast is cunning, but you should have no difficulty luring it out with herring. Slay the Nyx and return to me. Oh, and don't forget to bring me a leg as proof of the kill. He really is. Okay. Wait, there it is. Okay. I love the music of Final Fantasy. Like every area, there's just... Oh, I forgot that thing pulls you. Always rather fond of the music of this game. Well, did you deal with the Nyx? Here, have his leg. Lest you think me overly cautious for testing you this way, you should know that we had an incident not long ago. A foolish young employee was dismissed for lying about his past. He claimed to have served in the company of heroes, but I knew for a fact he did not. Anyway, now that the appointed busy work is finished, I shall give you a challenge as befits your talents. Two highly distinguished individuals are scheduled to visit Costa del Sol in the near future, and Master Jeje Ruju wishes to welcome them with an elaborate banquet. But while money is no objective, not everything Master Jeje Ruju desires can be easily purchased. It is to be extremely exotic feast, And so, Ellie, your mission is to seek out and obtain rare ingredients our chief requires. Naturally, such fine dining must be accompanied with a suitable wine, and by suitable I mean the very best there is. That, however, can wait for the time being, and I believe you have enough on your plate as it is. It will be a long and arduous journey, but you need not toil alone. Many of the mercenaries who once served under my command still live, and will guide you to your quest. For the first ingredient, I would have you travel to the south shroud and speak with Daniel of Camp Tranquil. What, you mean to tell me you cannot afford to waste time as your associate did adventure? If you have not the endurance to complete this mission, how do you expect me to believe you can out the Lord of the Craigs? Either you do it or you don't. I have work to do. Lordy. Lordy, lordy, lordy. Really? I feel like this is such a waste of time, guys. Most of these quests is a waste of time. But it's fine. Ah! So you acquire assistance adventure. So this is the one who would challenge Titan. I've been expecting you, Ellie. The ingredients you seek is the egg of a giant, Montoise. The method of acquisition should be obvious. You steal it from the beast's nest, of course. Simple in theory, but difficult in execution. Most who try die in the attempt. Will I help you get it hot? You amuse me. I will not jeopardize my position by openly assisting you. From me, you will receive only information. What you do with it is your choice. Lordy, man. Let me be clear. The business between you, me, and the captain must remain a secret. See, I don't regret my time spent with the company in the slightest. Traveling the world, meeting interesting people, killing them. It was jolly good fun. Alas, Gridanians are, by and large, an unforgiving lot. The Tau being a rare exception. I've had to go to great lengths to ensure that I am seen as a model citizen, with no taste for drinking, whoring, gambling, and all those other activities I so dearly miss. So understand that if you ruin my little charade by wagging your tongue, I'll fashion a noose with your entrails and hang you from the nearest heaven's pillar. Oh, Lord. Well, what are you waiting for? There's a perfectly good Admontoise egg in the nest to the east of here. Just right for the taking. Now that I expect you to live long enough to claim it. He is such a bastard. Hi, Ray! It's all good. Definitely take care of yourself and have a good rest of your night. Thank you so much for popping in, though. That's so sweet. The mother never strays far from the child, and you will surely be attacked the moment you lay hands on the egg. There will be other heroes, Ellie. You do not need to challenge Titan. Abandon your quest, or your corpse will rot in the swamp. This guy has no... He has no faith in me. None whatsoever. Let's go prove him wrong. Let's go prove him wrong. Wasn't hard at all. I thought you might have good sense to leave this place. By your continued presence, I take you intent to persevere to the bitter end. Aha, such bravery, such recklessness that will serve you well against Titan. Leave the egg with me. I'll see to it that it gets to the captain. You should make haste to southern Thanalin. In Forgotten Springs, you will find a name named Udanima. Words. These names are not easy to pronounce, unfortunately. Yeah! Have a good rest of your day, and I hope work goes well. I'll see you next time. You'll be your next guide. Safe travels. I have yet to unlock the golden saucer on this. Oh. Oh. Well. That's gonna be fun. I haven't unlocked. I want something a little faster than that. A little faster than that one too. It's pretty fast. Oh. I might actually garner their... Yep! Run away! Run away! This is the only way I can go. Okay, that's unlocked now. Okay, I'm not gonna say all names, sir. State your business venture. So this is the one Wastegate sends me. I haven't the foggiest what he sees in you, and until I do, you will receive no aid from me. Persistent bugger, very well, let's have a look at you. You've seen your share of battle, that there's no mistaking that, and you did manage to obtain the Adamantoi's egg. However, that is not more than a display of brute force and blind courage. The Na I once fought also believed that his strength could save him. He was wrong, and now I am Na. Many years ago, I joined the company of heroes to hone my skills. Instead of challenging my predecessor before I was ready, even when I was young, I understood that victory goes to the patient, the cunning, and the pragmatic. That is why I claimed my position, and that is why I still hold it, and it is why I will not help an unproven whelp. The children of the sands do not offer aid to strangers. To do so is a sign of weakness. However, if you were recognized as a skilled hunter in your own right, it would be permissible to assist you. Across the desert to the east lies an Amalja encampment. There dwells a warrior renowned both for his strength and his guile. To even face this Amalja in battle, you must find a way to lure him away from the encampment. This will be your test, to draw out and defeat the veteran. For this I will offer you no advice, only this worn spear. Why, you ask? You will have to solve that riddle yourself. Now go, slay this old warrior and bring me his necklace. Lordy, I do not have time for this shenanigans. Tell me, adventure, is our old nemesis dead? This fine necklace, it befits a veteran of countless battles. It will make an excellent trophy. The spear, it belonged to one of his brothers. I knew when he spied it from afar, he would be unable to resist adventuring outside the encampment to see it for himself. Did you discern my intent, or was it dumb luck, I wonder? Either way, you impressed me, adventure. I shall tell you the ingredient you seek. A shame we did not meet when I was still with the company of heroes. You would have made a fine recruit. But no point dwelling on what cannot be. You have a Welwick worm to hunt. Sandworms slither bizarrely across the desert dunes, but Welwick worms are far fewer in number. Rarity breeds demand, and their meat is highly prized as a delicacy. The only way to catch a quarry is to entice it with something it cannot resist. The worms prey on smaller creatures in the Segoli. A freshly slaughtered angler carcass would be my choice of bait. There is an area teeming with anglers to the east. We'll mark it up on a map along the location where the Welwick worms are most frequently sighted. Be warned, the blood will drive the worm into a feeding frenzy. If your skills are lacking, it will devour you as well. Okay, let's go fight. Here it is. I really hope that there's not too many more of these. You look well. Have you caught your quarry then? Your skills as a hunter rival those of our best. I applaud your success, Ellie. The meat will need to be heavily smoked before I ship it to Westgate. Worry not. You have my word that he will receive it in time for the banquet. You must be eager to obtain the third ingredient. I regret to say that I know not of its location. For the nonce, you should return to Costa del Sol and see Westcott's council. But hold a moment, since you have been meeting the captain again soon, there is something I would like you to deliver to him for me. captain was always fond of this brandy wine. I would be grateful for you if you could deliver it on my behalf. I was a reckless, angry youth when I first joined the company, and he would have been well within his rights to cast me out. Everything I have, I owe to his wisdom and generosity. Westcott has a firm yet fair teacher, an expert molder of men, and I suspect that is still the case now. Please give him my regards. Ooh. Excuse me. Well met, Ellie. Lindeel and Nua both spoke highly of you. What brings you here today? My favorite. I shall have to thank Noah personally. Now, you have but one ingredient left. Fortunately, you will not have to travel to Alnaid this time to obtain it. Truth be told, I never intended for you to collect this last ingredient. Bray Fox, my old quartermaster, wished to bring it to Costa del Sol herself. However, not long ago, she sent word that there has been some trouble in the long stop, and that the delivery would be delayed indefinitely. She told me nothing of the incident itself, but I fear the situation may be dire. Oh, it's long stop, Bray Fox. That dungeon, which I am not going to start right before ads, so... Though I would like nothing more than to aid her myself, I have no choice but to turn to you and your allies. Make haste to head in Falls Dock and speak with Auzan Nazin. He will direct you to Ring Catcher Gully, where the Bray Fox and her people have made their home. Ouch. What's the hurry, Venture? Something happened over the Gabi settlement? I don't know why you're so eager to help a bunch of beastmen, but go and talk to the skipper over yonder. She'll ferry you to Rain Catcher Gully. Let's go to Rain Catcher Gully, please. Help somebody in need. tongue flaps of Whisket be reaching ears of Bray Fox. Uplanders come for tasty flesh, gobby treats, yes? Quest prize of Uplander, deep in Longstop. Flighty beast chased Gobby Flock from homes. Gobby Flock needs goodly Uplander, gives safely to Longstop with much hand lending. Okay. New duty. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and, being I don't want to do this while we're in ads, I'm going to go ahead and start the break a little early. I will be back momentarily after ads. Be right back. All right. I think that this is. I probably shouldn't have done ads, but something. My brain just realized it was like, I'm kind of tired. Headache started coming back, so I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna end for tonight. Tomorrow I will be. I can't remember what I have scheduled for tomorrow, but I am streaming tomorrow, so I will see you guys all tomorrow. I want to say have a great rest of your night, everybody, and I will see you guys later. Bye!